Hi, thank you for being here. My name is Aurora. I am a quantum healing hypnosis alchemist. I am a quantum alchemist. I practice Aura, which is angelic universal regression alchemy. So it's basically quantum healing hypnosis through the art of alchemy. And today I am channeling Dolores once more. It is, you could say, part two of the most recent channeling that I had where Dolores Cannon shared her creation story. And basically we weren't able to answer all the questions last time. So Siobhan is here once more. She will be asking the questions today that we didn't get a chance to answer last time, which is probably about 2 weeks ago now. So very excited. Now these questions came forth from our group in Facebook, which is called Rising Phoenix Angels, as well as my Facebook page, Rising Phoenix Aurora, from risingphoenixaurora.com, where you can comment under my blog and add your questions there for questions for Dolores Cannon. So very excited once more to be here again and sharing these messages. All right, and this time it's not live, so it's just me, Siobhan, and I. All right, Siobhan, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us more about yourself and what it is that you do.
Yes, greetings. Thank you. So proud to be here. I am also an Aura practitioner, so angelic universal regression alchemy, which I love dearly. Also a Reiki healer, intuitive, and ascension guide. And basically, Dolores Cannon herself is one of my spirit guides and has guided me directly to Aurora prior, basically upon an agreement that we would both, and many others would join us in doing aura healings in order to assist ascension and humanity and clearing and bringing forth messages. So we do appreciate and honor each and every session. So I'm very grateful to be here.
Yes, and every session is influential and needed for the collective. So it's very
Absolutely.
cool. And thank you for following your heart to I and getting Aura certified. Very exciting as our list of directory as we're certifying Aura practitioners now. Our directory is growing, and we have we have a few others as well right now that are in the middle of training, and they will be added to the directory once they're certified. So very exciting times for the art of alchemy through quantum healing. Okay. So if you would like to ask your questions to Dolores Cannon, you could go under my website and again go under the blog and questions for Dolores Cannon and add your questions there. I would love to be able to answer them for you through Dolores. And today is an exceptional day. Today is September 13, basically the number 13. Every time there is any kind of combination like that, it's a powerful day of portal and anchoring in love, light, and transmutation. Really, transmutation right now is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you might be feeling very tired, very scattered brain. I'm feeling that today. So just, take care of yourself, drink water, take your time, rest, take a nap if you have to. But yeah, take care of yourself. You really are doing a lot as a higher self, as your higher dimensional existence in whichever realm you are. They're really using you today to anchor through your heart space a lot of love, light. So thank you for that service that you're doing there. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to start taking deep breaths, and I'm going to go ahead and allow Dolores Cannon to speak through messages. And I believe Siobhan says we have a good amount of questions, about 11 questions. So we'll see where this takes us, and we'll see how long I can last, since I am feeling a little tired today because of the powerful energies today. Okay, very good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start taking deep breaths now. I'm preparing myself. Welcome. I greet you.
Greetings.
I am excited and happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for putting this together. We have many messages to share today on this beautiful day.
Yes, sister. Yes, sister. And is this Dolores Cannon?
Yes. It is I, Dolores Cannon, or ArchAngel Jophiel, as I explained in the last channel.
Yes, sister. Thank you for being here.
It is my honor. If I may share a little bit of what's going on right now in your planetary sphere.
Absolutely.
You could imagine, because of today's significance of the 13 keys that are connected to, you could say, your planetary ley lines and the keys and the chakras on your planetary sphere. We are connecting directly to the 13th key on this 13th day. You could say it's like a key that we are inserting, and we are opening that gateway up and allowing for those energies to free flow through the earth as they are meant to, and to cleanse and heal. It is a day that you are even more so connected to the Divine Mother's energy. You feel it within your heart. You might feel either very empowered, very passionate, or some may feel very tired. But still wanting to take care of tasks. So we ask on this day to please allow for these flows of energy to anchor onto your vessel, and allow for them to free flowly emanate from your heart center as you would allow a waterfall free flowing move its way, going in whichever direction it's meant to go. We thank you for this. With this energy, we are transmuting energies that no longer serve Mother Earth, Gaia, this planetary sphere, no longer serving. Therefore, there is a lot of transmutation, and those who transmute on a daily basis, you will be feeling it the most. A lot going through you. We thank you for all that you're doing. Take time to meditate, go within, figure out, try to see a glimpse of what it is that your higher self, you in your higher realms, are doing upon earth or wherever you're meant to go. Remember to trust what you receive. Trust for the higher self, the subconscious, as I used to call it, is there always within grasp of setting an intention of a creation of energy upon it. Connect. Feel this Divine Mother energy flowing through Earth, and aid it in spreading to the planet fully within the animal kingdom, the plants, the water. Aid it with your third eye, with your imagination, your pineal gland. Help it flow beautifully in healing. Thank you for the aid for everyone. As always, we are infinitely thankful. Thank you. You may proceed to your questions.
Yes, sister. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, we are definitely feeling the shifts in the energy. And if you don't mind, since you're talking about the atmosphere, I'm going to start with actually question 9. But it's one of our questions for today.
Yes.
Are you able to share more info on what is going on in our atmosphere and in the skies, as we have been noticing that the governments around the world have been shutting down our observatories? Do you have any information? When I inquired with my oversoul yesterday, I was told that the blue avians are in the sky. Are you able to share anything with us about that?
I don't particularly like to speak upon politics and government. Let me search and see what I can share today.
Yes.
As far as blue avians are always there. You might not be able to see them, but they're always there energetically within their realm, observing and guarding. And it is a simple connection through the pineal gland, through your imagination, and intent upon connection through your third eye. They're always there. If you are seeing blue avians, that is because that is of your soul family, your soul group. Everyone, depending upon who you are and who your soul family is, you will see who you're meant to see. As we are multifaceted individually. Just know and understand that we are working hard in transmuting the energies that hold Earth, Gaia, too dense at this moment, and that are ready to move on and to release. They are ready to ascend. Much is going on, that is correct. As far as the details, I may not share more.
Yes, totally understand. That's what I felt yesterday and was told to just continue to send love and transmute.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful. Thank you, sister. Okay. So the next question was submitted by Irina. In your books, there was an old earth and new earth, but according to Bashar, there are myriads of parallel realities with many different earths in different frequencies, and we can constantly shift between these parallel realities. From your new or source perspective, do you agree with him, or can you clarify?
I agree. For there isn't just one way of an existence. And with this being the existence of the new earth, there isn't just one way, there is a multitude. There's a multitude of new earths that are parallel to one another. Remember that our existence is not limited, it is infinite. Therefore, there will be an infinite amount of facets, you could say, of Earth. We are all operating, we are all operating, let me find that word. We're all functioning all at the same time, as we have talked in the past about time being within itself. At times when you seem to be not focused, it is because your spirit is connecting perhaps to the other earths or to the other dimensions of you or the other fractals of you somewhere else. And you're traveling and you're connecting to what's going on there, but then your conscious mind doesn't help you remember it. Well, that's what you're seeing there. We are a multitude, as you can imagine, like you looked at a faceted diamond, and you can see different hues within it. Facet after facet after facet, and it doesn't seem to have no end. So that's truly how we exist. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. She also wants to know, what do you think of Bashar?
I will not share my opinion, as this is not what I do.
Yes.
In regards to others.
Understand. Okay. Second question, also submitted by Irina. Our future lives, let me see. Hold on. Let me read this. Are our future lives or future in this life already happening in eternal now? I believe she's speaking maybe on our multidimensionality. But I think she wants to know, our future lives, like future, is it happening or occurring at the same time? Or are they a possibility? How can we create the best possible future in this life for the client during a session or for ourselves in meditation or normal state of mind? Does that make sense?
I will try.
Okay.
So yes, our future. Let me start all over. I'm trying to find the right answer here. Or the best answer.
Mm-hmm.
Our future lives are already, yes. They're all in one. What is the best manner to communicate this to you, to understand within your consciousness? Let's see. Okay, so if you could imagine a paper. Now this piece of paper, you've folded it into multiples of rectangles, long rectangles, that has turned into a shape as a paper fan that you fan yourself with. It has a similar shape of, say, a accordion, how it has it is all the same shape but together, and it's all aligned at the same time. So therefore, if you could imagine your existence being as this shape, and it's all occurring at the same time, coming forth from the same point, the tip of the paper fan, and all the folds, within, it's hard to explain. I see it, envision it here. But if you were to take apart or look at every single one of those folds within the fan, the paper fan, you would see there is the you here, there's the you in the past, there's the you happening in the future, there's even the you coexisting within this shape of, seems like it's an infinite, never ending shape. And there's a you also even coexisting in the future, in different yous in the future, different realities, different choices that you've created when you've, perhaps you were at a crossway and you weren't sure if you should go right or you should go left. Both existences are occurring, both options are occurring in other alternate realities. Both the right and the left path are occurring as they all work together in conjunction to help your spirit grow as a wholeness, as one. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And in that manner, we actually get the fullest experience of ourselves.
Wonderful. And did I answer that question fully?
I believe the second part, she wanted to know, how do we create the best possible future? However, from that explanation, and you can expand further, but it sounds like we don't need to worry so much because we ultimately experience it all.
Yes. In the wholeness of ourselves as a higher self or as a oversoul, as the wholeness there, we are experiencing it all. Just live in the moment, live in the you now, knowing that those experiences that the other fractals of you are experiencing, you may also feel the ripple of that, having the inner knowing of a situation coming up, a situation that happened, a situation occurring in the moment. You will have that knowledge and that wisdom. Remember, you are not disconnected. You are one with this oneness of you within the higher realm of your higher self.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Next question was submitted by Adanya. Which of your books would be the most relevant to read at this time?
There's not one specific. It really depends on you and where you are in your development, upon your spirituality or overall your soul, what development you are in your awakening. I would say follow your heart. I have many options there that are very beautiful, and I am so thankful for having those opportunities to record those for you as the interviewer that I was. Say follow your heart. Look at what options you have and see which one aligns with you currently in this moment. Do you want to read a certain book that has more of a spiritual connection, or do you want to read one that has, it's talking about the new earth and the wave of volunteers in the future, or do you want to read of the life that's going on now or in after? It all depends on what your preference is. Just again, follow your inner knowing. Thank you.
Thank you. And we appreciate your books.
Thank you. It brings me great joy and honor to see how many are reached through them daily. It's so beautiful.
Yes. The next question, submitted by Game Walkthrough. That's like their username. During a channeling you did in March of 2018, you had described waves of love coming to the earth. Can you please clarify where these waves are coming from and why are they happening?
Thank you. there's many pieces to this. Facets, fractals, pieces to the collective of these waves. There is the collective as the races that are working in union. There's also the collective of the you that here in this density as the vessel, as the conscious mind. There is also the inner earth as well, beings that are helping with these energies. We specifically choose dates that they will have more of the most significance for the human collective. Numbers and dates that have specific meanings. And we as a collective send love light through these waves that you speak of. We send it together. We say like an opening of a door that needs to be wide open. And now the energy's flowing and being enhanced by all and focused upon. Now these waves are meant to not only awaken humankind, but also shift what needs to be shifted within Earth into the continuum of this positive timeline. Scanning for more information on this. Bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore these waves are specifically even more so connected to the heart center, the chakra, the ray, the green ray within your planetary sphere. And the way it is, it's breaking down by, there is 7 major chakras, but there is more than that as well. There is more. Again, you can say it as well like an infinite amount, because chakra points are connected to energetic force fields that are connected to the all of the different soul groups from beyond the stars. Let's focus on the 7 though. So the 7, we are working on the heart. In these days that you were feeling these waves, we're working on this chakra for the opening and expanding who was ready within their own free will and as their own sovereign being, who was ready to open up their heart even more and raise that frequency and vibration within themselves. But with that, the energy is very strong and it's very high. So if you can imagine when this high vibrational love light energy is being sent, you might have those that are in a heavier, denser vibration. And subconsciously, they don't understand what they're experiencing. And it is hard for them to focus. Because it is hard for them to maintain that frequency. It is as if find the best way to explain this. Say your energy is heavy, is dense, and you're being sent this love light energy, and you're feeling it. It will make you feel uncomfortable. it will shake you up a bit. It will bring up those emotions and feelings that acquire healing. Therefore, whenever it is that, as the human collective has been taught, is to sometimes run away from your problems, run away from, don't face what needs healing, hide it, store it away. You've been taught this. Therefore, when this love light wave energy is being sent to you from all that I mentioned, as well as the sun and the energy force fields connected to the planetary sphere's webbing, and you're feeling it, and it's very strong, beautiful for some again, but strong for others. And they're having a hard time maintaining their vessel and being grounded because they can't seem to reach that vibration. Best way I could explain is if you are shorter and there is an item on the top shelf and there's nothing that you can climb in this moment, not a chair, not instantly, you can't step on a chair, a ladder, and you're jumping and you're reaching and you're trying to reach for the item very high on the shelf. You can't, no matter how hard you try, you can't reach it. Similar to that. It is challenging and takes much discipline to reach this frequency of love light so that you may be able to find yourself stabilized within it and not, you could say, in a sense, lose your marbles or become frustrated, not comfortable. It takes much love and discipline. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And she also went on to state that to her, the waves felt shorter in March as compared to August. And from her experience, I believe this is a female, but from the writer's experience, the wave in August may have lasted around 2 hours. Is there a difference in maybe her own personal energy in her experience, or is there an actual experience on the waves of energy coming in from March as compared to August?
As time passes, these waves will get stronger and stronger as it's needed for the shifting and the transmutation of the lower dense energies that are ready to shift and transmute, to either move on to collecting once more back to the creator, or ascending onto the next phase, the fifth dimension of the upcoming ascension of the new earth. Every time they will feel different, and depending on your numerology and when they're occurring, they will again have a slight difference as well. Just understand and know that these waves are needed to help in the continuum of helping Mother Earth, Gaia's energetic grading within herself to ensure that to maintain her staying Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, great explanation. The next question is submitted by Spencer. He wanted to know, how do you navigate the afterlife? do we leave remembering what we have learned this life? He's specifically inquiring about portals and dimensions. And does our consciousness dictate where we go and what we are, and will we have thoughts?
Can you please break those apart for me?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So firstly, you wanted to know, how do we navigate the afterlife? And do we have remembering of what we have learned this specific life? And he's specifically asking about portals and dimensions.
The afterlife is letting go of this 3/4 dimensional vessel. It is a uplifting of your frequency, of your vibration. It is no longer having this human consciousness any longer, but still being able to remember it and understand it when it was that you were incarnated as a human. You've learned those experiences, those lessons that are needed now, that have helped you become very strong in your love in the higher dimensions. How you're able to even more so maneuver them is through meditation, through dream time, connecting to these brainwaves, so you are able to connect to the answers that you seek there. If you're looking for information upon the future selves of you who have moved up or ascended into a higher frequency, a higher vibration. Please ask your other question.
Yes. So in truth, like once we transcend, we'll have access to the rest of us, our pure essence, correct?
Yes. Yes, you will. When you join once more together or coexist in these higher realms where you are able to connect and see all the yous lower than your vibration. Remembering, especially within the higher realms of the higher self, you remember and connect to it all. We are able to see you and feel you. However, you are unable to see us because of the frequency that we are in. It's not the same as Earth, or its fundamentals that create for it to be in the manner that it is.
Yes. Okay, so his next question was, does our consciousness dictate where we go and what we are, and will we have thoughts?
She went very deep there. I lost a connection with her. I'm back connected. Can you repeat that question, please?
Yes. Does our consciousness dictate where we go and what we are, and will we have thoughts?
Yes, you could say your consciousness is the conscious you, the higher self of you, the essence of you. And it decides in union together where it is that you're meant to go, what experience you're meant to experience now. How will you explore the creation, the life around you, in whichever planet you decide to go on. Very beautiful concept to understand and have the power to know that we have this ability. We weren't put on earth without having this control. We decided. We've been told that, in a sense, we're forced here. What were you perhaps thinking, you ask yourself, when you were placed here? However, remember that you chose it. You chose to have this experience. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. The next question was submitted by Deanna. She keeps wondering if you are enjoying the library at the top level of heaven as you described, and what you have discovered there as an avid, curious learner.
Yes, this is a fun existence realm that we are able to connect to. I sure am enjoying it. It is very unlimited, the potentials that are there. It's a consciousness. It's a consciousness of all the information that we collect through all the different experiences from all.
Yes, yes. Did you want to expand or say anything else about that?
There was a second part to that question. What was the second part?
I believe she's just wanting to know what you had discovered there, if you want to share anything in specific.
Well, as you all know, I truly enjoyed it in my human consciousness. But here I'm able to just embrace it and even, in a sense, become one with it and feel the free flowing of this library. And it goes through your consciousness, goes in and out, like you can say downloads in a sense. And except for we are able to retain that information here. We are aware of it and retain it fully. It's so much fun, as I love, as you know, I am very curious and really, what is the word? Really quenches, and say the thirst that I had as a human for what's beyond, and let's look beyond and let's get all the details and how everything is consistent. It's so much fun. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, and the next question is actually from myself. I was wondering if you can explain or shed some light on. From my understanding, initially we elders, some angelics or some starseeds, when we would come to Earth, you know, from the times of Atlantis and even after that, we would assist in the teaching and training of humanity more from our, I guess you could say, our whatever state we wanted to incarnate in. But presently, or moving forward into presently, at some point we decided it was better for humanity for us to actually incarnate within the bloodlines to assist directly. Is that correct? Did we decide to start incarnating as humans, whereas before we incarnated more in our, I guess you could say, natural forms or whatever form we wanted to take?
Both is correct. There were times that we were able to when your Earth was in a higher dimension, going into especially the highest of the fourth. We were able to manifest our being here. And yes, we are incarnating, and incarnations are very rare because it takes a lot for a human vessel to take an incarnation of an angelic. It is very hard. It takes a long time, much work, lots of integration. And in a sense, we are experimenting ourselves and being very cautious of our, if you looked at it in a science point of view, of our specimens. But remember that these specimens are all within the connection of the higher self, and only the higher self giving permission. We do not overstep as benevolent beings boundaries. We've existed in many ways in the past. We've started testing ways on how we can integrate and raise for the purpose of raising the vibration on Earth. There was different ways that we started soul braiding into a soul, our essences, as well as perhaps a walk-in within the agreement of the prior soul that allowed for the walk-in of an angelic. And this typically doesn't happen till their karma could be settled, but as well, though, especially we can also have an agreement with them, okay? You will allow for us to come into this body, and what karma do I have to perhaps settle for you, help you heal for? So there's many different facets to this. We are here, we're among you, and it's beautiful to be here, and we are ready. We are ready to lead with our hearts. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, sister. Has there also been any indication that we are able to more directly impact the healing by incarnating, and thus having an experience as a human gain also a better understanding to assist our brothers and sisters here on Earth in ascension?
Can you repeat that question, please?
The shift or the different types of ways that we've assisted in the past, has there, from the different experiences, has it been has it been indicated that we're able to better impact or heal directly by actually incarnating? And does it also give us a better understanding of human life to better assist our brothers and sisters?
Yes, yes. Definitely very important, very essential to the growth of Gaia and its people. Right now, at this time, as well as angelics, Elohim, or any type of different branches of the angelics. There's so many star seeds, different races, and the different evolving that we shifted into along the way. But we started off, you can say, as you could look upon it, as I mentioned in the first challenge, you are our past in a sense. It's the easiest way for you to comprehend that. And along the way, we moved from dimension to dimension, expanding and learning. And we were able to, because of these memories in the past of the us in the three-dimensional existence, we were able to ascend further and ascend further. But as a collective, when we help others, we help ourselves, and we help all in the shifting. Did I answer your question?
Absolutely. Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So you're doing great on timing, as a matter of fact. We are just under an hour, so 15 minutes, and I believe we have 2 more questions. So I believe we have plenty of time.
Wonderful.
So the next 2 questions were submitted by Jermaine. And this next one's an interesting one, as we always have questions about sex and energy exchange. Mm-hmm. So can you explain the synergistic energy exchange that takes place during an orgasm? And does this energy exchange have an effect on the different or higher dimensions?
Yes. When it is, looking for the right words once more. When you reach this vibration of orgasm, it is an extremely high creational frequency. And it's not only felt, you could say, low without overstepping any boundaries, but it's felt. It's a feeling. It's felt in the vibration scent. It amplifies it. It vibrates outwards and inwards as well towards the person that's experiencing it. Much of what we create is through expressing ourselves in this manner, having sacred sex, having sacral orgasms. It is a way of also releasing and cleansing ourselves. A built up energy that's there waiting to be released so that it may create. It is, you can say, like a volcano. And it's building and it's building and it's building. And once it releases, it has in a sense, the volcano has a calming after the lava. And after the lava, the land is very fertile. So it is like that, a releasing of a creational frequency. And then from there, it brings forth rebirth and renewal. They're very important. That's why society or the government has taught you to think that having sex. Now, when I'm talking about having sacred sex. Mm-hmm. Because there is a difference. having this and not expressing yourself because they want to hold this energy heavy so that we won't find balance within our chakras, within ourselves, within our creational, artistic chakra of the sacral chakra. They want you to think that it's built, that it's bad, hold guilt for it. Also, why some of these viruses, these diseases have been created so that this act can be stopped upon or halted, or a dense energy like guilt and fear and not accepting is what is trying to occur, as Mother Earth is a very fertile planet. And if we maintain the human consciousness that their fertility, their fertile, their sacred chakra is bad and you cannot connect to it, and you are perhaps someone bad who acts upon this, and through the religion specifically, or even when there is a same-sex partnership between a male and a female and a female, we encourage this within sacred sex. We applaud it. You can say, in a sense, sometimes instigate it, especially for those twin flames who are ready to reconnect once more, those who are ready. Yes, very much needed on Earth. Thank you for the question.
Absolutely, absolutely. And can you, there's been a lot of talk lately about sacred sexuality and healing, and how the healed unions have a larger impact. And one of the things I've noticed, and that some people are complaining about, especially in we'll just say the awakened or conscious community. I did that with air quotations. There's a lot of talk of, like, I guess you could say, was it polyamory and things like that. And what I have said over and over again with those that I communicate with is that any relationship, any union, whether it be two partners or more or same sex, if it's unhealed, it's not beneficial. So those involved need to be in a healed state, healing their chakras, releasing blame, shame, and guilt. And those are the type of unions that we are encouraging, regardless of the dynamics. Because from a healed heart chakra, you're going to be guided to those unions that are divine. Can you expand upon that a little bit more, and how necessary it is to heal? As some are just focusing on, like basically like, well, 3 and 4 ways are more conscious and open, but they're not doing the healing necessary to even interact in those type of relationships.
I'm not understanding, what do you mean by 3 and 4 ways?
Okay, so I'll give you an example. And this is actually branching off of Jermaine's question. So one of the things that he has stated is that, I believe the Pleiadians had gave a teaching on relationships and stated that in the higher dimensions, there is no like controlling, shaming, blaming, guilting, and even they might have been speaking a little bit against marriage for like, human ideas of marriage and control. But what I was trying to help him understand is that from the heal heart space, any type of union that you're guided to is out of love. So the first step is to healing your heart chakra and seeing what you're guided to, whether it be same sex, a 3-person relationship, or a 2-person relationship. It doesn't matter if it's from a healed space, is where I was trying to help him understand, and others.
Yes. Both are essential, because even if the heart is not healed and you are performing this act, you are helping it become healed. You're using that energy, if that's the goal, depending on the intent. All depends upon the intent and what you're trying to reach. So you can do both. We suggest the sacred because it is a beautiful union and it's amplified. However, we also suggest the other as well, within safety and within not of harm of another, that you can heal another through this act by becoming closer, by helping them understand the beauty to this act. Overall, the goal is heading you towards the direction of being able to do it in a healed, sacred manner of the heart. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Beautiful. In our last question, also submitted by Jermaine, he wanted to know if you could clarify how long ago in Earth years the Orion Empire conquered. How long ago in Earth years was the Orion Empire conquered by the Alpha Draconian reptilians?
It's hard to look at the exact times, as time exists infinitely. In one existence, it could have been thousands of years ago. In another existence, it could have been hundreds of years ago. It is all different.
Understand.
It is not necessarily the importance on when was the exact date. The importance is, what do we learn from this experience? Yes, it was conquered. Then we also need to remember that everyone is experiencing within their own free will. They're choosing their own experience. So we need to honor all, whether the path was there to be conquered or not. For every situation has its purpose, and that needed to occur in order for the expansion upon Earth. And we, as a collective, how we see, especially as the raw collective, we see not in a judgmental way where we think others are perhaps, say, being evil. We see that there is a role to be played in all the sides, and everyone chooses in whichever manner for the ultimate goal of ascension for all of us to raise our frequencies as a collective. So we honor all aspects and all roles. Thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. And do you have anything else you would like to share with us today, sister?
I wanted to thank, first of all, Aurora for doing this channel, as I know that we had a bit of a hard time today trying to hear and respond, but it was needed on today's day. however it was needed, and we are in gratitude. We are thankful for the questions that everyone brought forth and the ability that we were able to answer them for you. And our goal is always, we remind you, as we bring new information forward to you as a light worker, as an awakened being, for you to remember anytime you sat and you want to create anything upon your life, or say we give you a download and you have new information to share with the lightworker community, to remember, what is the reason you want to share this? Do you want to share this to make money, to help your persona as ego? And I speak of this because right now there is a higher amount of lightworkers who are sharing information, who are forgetting that first you connect through the heart and you share this information through the heart. Though we honor both roles of not sharing through the heart and those of us sharing through the heart, not and doing it, we honor both. In this time though, in this timeline, it is time now that you light workers who are ready to start sharing information, to start, you can say, coming up from hiding, like a flower blooming from the earth. Start sprouting. And we give you encouragement now. We call forth on the light workers, the star seeds, the volunteers for the new earth who are ready to give messages from the heart. And know that if you are in this frequency of the heart space, then you shall receive information from us, downloads, knowledge and wisdom that needs to be shared into the collective of Earth for this timeline, this positive timeline to maintain. So remember that in order to receive these downloads, you must maintain your vessel in a high enough frequency to receive them. For if you are in too much fear, or too much doubt, or too much mistrust, you aren't able to hear them and understand them as clearly. So we call on you now. Step forward. It is time. And these alchemists, remember who you are. Whether you're a sound alchemist, whether you are a quantum alchemist, whether you are a alchemist of energy, a spiritual alchemist, a alchemist of art. We call on you now. It is time for you to remember and embrace who you are. There is still too much disconnect. Too many, you can say, creating superiority in a sense where only their information is correct and who are not open to the other potentials, to what else is out there, who are creating, you can say, an empire in a sense, and are forgetting to tell those who follow them. And most importantly, it is one thing to speak of the heart. It's extremely an extreme other to actually emanate love and to speak and to deliver messages from the heart. Now is the time to follow your heart discernment, and choose wisely, as there are times now that if you choose to not continue to maintain lessons, for example, following a light worker that perhaps has taught you a lesson and they were not actually working for the light, they were working for the opposite. Right now is the time to stand forth and say, enough's enough. I will only follow my heart in the direction it's meant to go. And I will take what I feel deep within my heart. I will do all within this energy. Now, no one's perfect, and we understand that. Live your experiences. If you need to experience sadness, this is a necessary frequency, because when you experience sadness, you help heal sadness. If you need to experience anger, feel that anger. But again, what do you do with it? What matters is what you do with it. Heal it, transform from it, transmute from that anger. You're feeling these emotions for reasons of the connection to the collective. We thank you for all that you're doing today and tomorrow, and in the past. We thank you for all that you are doing. It has been such great honor to answer these questions to you, for you. We thank you.
Thank you, sister. We honor all that you are and all that we are. Thank you. In union with you.
Thank you. Love you, I honor you, and I thank you, and I respect you.
Yes. I honor you and I love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now go and have a beautiful, fruitful, creational day.
Yes.
Blessings. Adonai.
Blessings. Namaste.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Beautiful, beautiful questions. Beautiful session.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And you are an amazing healer, and we're so thankful for you, and taking time and asking these questions for us.
We thank you for you being a vessel and receiving those answers for us.
They are fun, and it is an honor to speak from the divine.
Yes.
And, especially for Dolores Cannon. She is very dear to my heart since creation. So
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all who were here. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this message for me. It has been, again, an honor. And if you have more questions as well for Dolores Cannon, go ahead and go on my page, on my website, risingphoenixaurora.com, and find the blog section and add it there. Thank you. And go have a beautiful September 13th today. I love you. I honor you. I thank you, and I respect you. Blessings.
Namaste. Radiate your love. Everybody radiate their love. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you.